Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of High Tea Honey. I am your host Nikka.
And I'm your host Shantaé.
Alright y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. Feeling good.
You look good.
You look good. I'm off today, so I feel good. It's been a long week. A good week, but a long week. How's this week been for you?
Good. I just feel very tired. Like, I realize that I am processing a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. So I feel good overall, but just tired. Like, I can tell I'm gonna need to, take some naps or do something to restore, honey, because your girl is tired.
I love a good old nap, honey. Yes, lay me down.
I'm really trying to practice to get into some type of groove of taking naps. Like, I really do feel like it's going to be life changing for me.
Yes, they are. They really are. So, we are clearly having a good week. So, we're going to segue right into our next session of our podcast, and it is called The Sip.
The Sip.
So, my sweet honey love, what you sipping on when it comes to you reading, music, adventures? What you sipping on?
Well, literally, right now I'm sipping on some kombucha. Gotta keep the gut health together and on the up and up. Y'all, for real, like, please pay attention to your digestion, your digestive system. Like, when you start making changes there and paying attention, like, you really see the benefits in other areas of your life. But we could talk more about that another time. But I'm sipping on some kombucha. It's good. I actually really like the way it tastes.
What flavor is that one?
It's a lemon berry flavor.
Mm.
So it's good. It's fruity. I like it. It's good. Has a nice taste to it. As far as books, I have a couple things going on.
Okay.
So
share with the people.
Right now I am reading like a physical book. I'm still working on The Source of Self-Regard by Toni Morrison. It's just like a collection of her essays, meditations, speeches that she gave. And, it's something that I wanted to definitely read all of, but take my time with. Because it's not like a story. You're not going to read that all the way through. So I've been reading that for a while. So I'm still working on that, but I'm close to the end. I think I have like 2 essays up, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm also listening to an audiobook. Hold on, let me get the title right on this one, honey, because this thing it's gonna be, on my recommended list. It's Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself. I'm listening to that on audiobook, and that is by Nedra Glover Tawwab. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Y'all, this thing is tearing me up. When she kind of say the headings or the titles of certain sections or certain chapters, I listen to it and then I have to really think about do I need a break from this right now before we proceed to snatching me up and getting me together real quick? And sometimes it's like, hell yeah, girl, just start over tomorrow. But it's very good. It's about boundaries, identifying different types of boundaries, identifying why people have issues with boundaries. It's very good, very, very good. Music, the song that I've listened to the most, I would say today, but probably this week, is Right Wrist by Primo Rice.
You really like listening to this boy.
I fool with it. I like Primo. But the reason why it's one of his older songs, but the reason why I have been listening to it so much lately is because it's an OJ sample. And it's a sample of We Cried Together. And I really like that song.
Oh, that's the song you was just playing before we came on.
Yeah.
Oh, because I can hear that part.
Right. So I was listening to the OJs a couple of days ago, and then I just thought about that song because I remember that it was a sample. And so, it all goes together. But I really like that song. So that's my song of the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, girl. Touche. Okay, anyway. What you sipping on, my dear?
Today I'm just drinking some lemonade.
Alright.
I had a little bit of water earlier, and I had some fruit earlier. That's where I get my water sources from. Cup by Bella's Trinkets. Get your little canteen. What are these little cups called?
Tumbler.
Get your tumbler.
Your chakra tumbler.
Yes. Balancing out that soul.
It's very pretty, actually.
I love this cup so much. And when I drink out of it, it just reminds me to align and be one with myself on every level of myself. What else am I sipping on? I am reading a book called The Trance of Scarcity by Victoria Castle. And it's been eating me alive. In the best ways, but eating me alive nonetheless. And it's been very helpful just to kind of show me like how I myself, but then also outside of myself with society, just how we kind of take ourselves out of the circle of prosperity and abundance and peace and joy and enlightenment, you know, out of all of these different fears and stuff that we have, or worthlessness, things like that, worthlessness, because of whatever experiences we have had in our life. So it's been a very good book, but it's a hard read because it really does make you self-assess where you take yourself out of the circle of prosperity, abundance, and full enlightenment. So that has been a really, really good book that I've been reading. I'm definitely going to add that to our book recommendation list. Just for other people to read as well, because I think that it could be helpful for people in the future. Music. What am I listening to right now? I'm still listening to Kendrick Lamar's album that came out in May. I love it. Went to his concert recently. And then I'm also listening to Beyonce's album. I'm playing them back and forward and backwards,
yes,
up and down.
She's been breaking my soul.
Y'all. Okay, so my new favorite song on the album is Virgo Groove.
I like that one.
But my first favorite song was Plastic Off the Sofa, and then it moved to I'm That Girl, and then it was All in Your Mind. And now it's Virgo Groove. And I keep falling in love with each of the different songs in like different ways, just based on where I am. But I listen to the entire album every day. Every day. Because I like it, because it's a dance album. And by natural talent, I am a dancer, okay? So it puts me right where I need to be. And because I am also moving from being so focused on my mental health and my emotional health and my spiritual health to moving into my physical health, dance is one of the ways that I connect with my body. So this album actually dropped just in time. So I've been really moving energy around and just becoming more one with myself in a physical way. So Beyonce, I know you're getting your streams from me, girl. The streams are being ran up on this device. What else? Oh, TV shows. What we watching?
Well, season 2 of P-Valley just ended. So, we were deep into that.
Deep.
Our girls and guys at the Pink.
Where I will be working.
Down in the valley. Where the girls
Getting naked.
things.
I didn't like that intro when the first season. I did not like that damn song.
The first time I ever heard it, I was like, huh. But I fool with it.
But now I love it. I be singing this shit all the time.
Yeah.
Just walking around singing.
And
Deep in the ground, with the ground.
Lord.
I literally just be having outbursts of the song, y'all. Yes, the pink. Yes, y'all. My favorite character this season. A little murder.
Little homicide. Yes.
LaMarcus. Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all, oh my gosh. Wow. My boy came in and did his thing this season, okay? He was really acting. I damn near thought he was the real person at some point. Jesus. He was really feeling it. Give my boy an Emmy already. Golden Globe, Oscar, bitch, he need them all. Tony, and I know that's
Girl.
stage. He deserves every award he can get for acting because he was giving it all. The drama, the tears. It was the tears. Being able to tap into the heart. It was beautiful. I was crying. I don't know how many episodes I cried on because he was crying. It was beautiful. Beautiful. And also my other favorite character, of course. Who's my other favorite character, babe?
Clifford.
Yes, babe.
Okay.
Come on.
Shit, I'm thinking about my characters.
Open. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely two of my top characters. Also throw my girl Mercedes.
Yes.
For the Mercedes experience and Miss Ernestine because you gotta love it.
Yes, Loretta. Loretta was given this season.
Yeah.
I do love that they made this season more like we got to dive in deeper with the characters and kind of see like their background and where they came from and stuff. I thought that was very beautiful. It was phenomenal writing. Kudos to the writing team. Kudos to the production team. Cause shit, we are production team, so we know how hard it was working. Okay. But I am glad that fucking Autumn, Lakeisha, Haley, Savage,
Summer Night
is gone. I never wanted to kill a character so bad.
Yeah, I was very much so annoyed by that person this season. Like, it was a lot going on. And, like, well, from what I learned recently, I believe that going into this season, the actor who plays that character, you know, was like, this is my last season, I'm done. So, like, in some ways, that kind of makes sense as to, like, what her character did this season. Because, I don't know, like, I feel like they were showing us more of everybody else and kind of getting deeper on the other characters. And, like, her shit was just, her storyline was just dragging out. Like, bitch, I gave y'all the money to save the pink, and now I'm the boss, but I'm living in the back. Like, it was just very annoying. And, like, her character annoyed me. And I guess that's the point. But, yes, I'm excited to see, and I think I said this when we were watching the last episode, I'm excited to see. Well, first of all, did they get renewed for a third season? Did they announce that?
They didn't announce it yet.
But they should. Y'all should be coming back for a third season.
Okay, because everybody was tuned in.
I'm excited to see, you know, what happens. And there's enough. They didn't give us too much cliffhanger, which I appreciated. And there's enough, you know, for them to come back and do something great in season 3 if they want to.
Yeah, you know what other character annoyed me?
Derek. Girl, that last episode, y'all, I was in the house cussing down. Like, I was so mad. I'm like, and this dumb motherfucker, like, he was over there smiling and shit. Gonna try to, no spoilers. You know, I don't really like spoilers, but he's a wild ass person. And that is just exhibit A as to why you need to work on your fucking trauma and, like, heal your life. Because that bitch is crazy.
He's not well. And I know that it's just a character, but I know motherfuckers in real life who act like that.
Yes.
It's real people that act
Art
like
imitates life. Like,
it's real people that be out here acting like that. So y'all be on the lookout for motherfuckers like that in real life.
Even yourself, even if the lookout is in the mirror, don't be out here playing because you need some help. And, like, we want you to get your help for real because it's bad out here.
It's seriously. And I I fucking hated his character so bad. I never wanted to jump through a fucking television so bad. He's up there with fucking Elena.
Oh my gosh. Elena from Little Fights Everywhere. Reese Witherspoon, baby. When I tell you did your thing, because we was really over here heated, like, girl,
I never wanted to fight a character so bad.
Nah, that motherfucking Elena.
And what was her character in what was in Big Little Lies? I can't remember that.
But it's a very similar character to Elena.
I ain't want to fight her as bad in Big Little Lies.
No, Elena needed to be
But
popped.
Little Fires Everywhere, ooh, I wanted to wear her ass out. So Derek, you're up there.
But shout out to Reese Witherspoon, girl, because you made a believer out of me. I was mad for real.
Oh my gosh. Wow, just thinking about it makes me tight.
No, go watch Little Fights Everywhere. If y'all haven't watched it,
it's on Hulu.
Yes, my boo Carrie, the whole cast. Ooh, Anika Noni Rose.
It was phenomenal.
But yeah, everybody did a great job.
I was about to say Jericho, but that ain't her name. That's her name.
Yeah. I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
But they did. Everybody on that show did really, really well. But Derek, bitch, when I see you.
Girl, it was a tweet. Somebody got rolled up on in a Walmart. They was like, you better not ever put your hands on Mississippi again. And this dude looking like, what? I don't know what y'all talking about. They showed the picture, girl, why he looked just like Derek. I said, oh.
No, y'all. It's characters, but it really does trigger something in you.
To me, it triggered inspiration to
want to go
life.
and defend, because Keyshawn, girl, my heart goes out. Lakeisha Autumn, Savage Summer Night.
Haley
on the riverside was trying to save you, girl. And you gotta go say bye to everybody. Bye.
No, okay. Before we jump off P Valley, the fucking stepmama, I wanted to pop that motherfucker in the face too, because why would you call Derek? Now, Keyshawn don't never drop them kids over to y'all house. So common sense would have said, oh, something's different, something's going on. But you're gonna call Derek. You don't even talk to Keyshawn, but you're gonna call Derek to make a remark about the child's hair, and like, girl, ooh.
Yeah, she inching her way up there too. On my characters that get fucked up in real life, because that bitch made me mad doing that. And then of course Bishop Mayer.
Girl, that lady be acting. I need to I
want to look into some of her old work, her other work that she has done.
Yeah,
I
think she is a phenomenal actor, because I be mad at her too, but not mad like I'm about to pop you, but mad because she a real ass bitch. Like, she'll tell you, she will tell you, yep, I did, and so I could fool with that better than some of these other people.
Like, what's the other character who be lying? Shell. Acting like she
oh yeah, but she's an alcoholic, so that's a little different.
Still, you an alcoholic and you're trying to act like you ain't one.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to our next show that we've been watching, because we could talk about P Valley for a whole episode, y'all. Besides the other show, The Shy.
The Shy.
So I love The Shy. It's been really, really good. The only thing, that damn Gemma, she been wearing me out.
Honestly, for me, Gemma, I've been able to tolerate her a lot more this season versus last season. Mm-hmm. Last season, I feel like everything she got going on now is kind of mild. Even though, it's bigger life events. I was just more aggravated by her last season. Probably because of how they did my dog Kev. But it was just something about her now. You could tell, it seems like maybe... you could tell they just growing up a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Like her, Jake.
Oh, Jake has really grown up. Thank you, Jesus. My man was on the outs for a minute, but he grew up in a rough life.
Yeah.
I still miss my favorite character, Reg. I know he was a gangster, y'all, but he was so funny to me.
No, I liked Reg.
But my favorite character now is Darnell.
Yes. It's so good to see Jason Weaver, and I like his character. I like what they did with that character.
I like Darnell, and I like Jason Weaver's character. What's his name? Rashad. His name Rashad. in the episode.
Oh, Darnell. I was looking like,
Darnell,
who is that? The
no,
daddy.
Darnell is the daddy. Who be wearing the Bluetooth piece.
Oh, you're right.
Emmett daddy.
That's what you said. That's who you said your favorite character
Yeah, so
is?
Darnell is my favorite character.
Oh, my bad. I thought, when you said that, I pictured Rashad. But, oh yeah, girl. Darnell, he's a little silly soul.
Yeah, I love that him and Jada back together. He better treat Jada right. Because Jada been through a lot.
I like how his relationship with his son is so much better. Like, that's nice to see.
Yeah. And, Jacob Lattimore, that's my boo. Emmett, he has really grown up.
He needed to.
So much. And I'm so proud of his character. And I love that him and Keisha are together. I do.
I mean, it's really giving full circle because, like, on like the first episode or something, or I don't know, the opening of one of the seasons, she had to hide underneath his bed.
It was a lot going on. Then one episode, she had to like help that nigga climb out the window. Like, it was just a lot. Then he needed to come crash in her room one episode because Jada kicked him out. So he has really grown up a lot. I still miss Brandon though.
Oh yeah.
I would have loved to see what they would have been able to do with his character, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was a little concerned about, because he really was like one of the main characters at that point. I was concerned or curious to see what they would do, but I think they've done a good job of like, just shifting the narrative. And it made sense because like Kev, like the kids, they were at like a growing point too. So like that gave them an opportunity to do more or do different things with their characters.
Now y'all know who I don't fucking like? The same motherfucker I ain't never liked.
Who what that nigga name
Duda.
is? Otis.
Duda. This nigga, it was him trying to come in and act like he was a changed man because he got shot.
Girl, I didn't expect him to be nothing other than what he had always been. So,
girl,
I wasn't really surprised one way or another.
Yeah, that one upset me. And then I'm like, whatever the girl name is, I don't know her damn name, the one who's in love with him. I'm just like, girl, you cannot see that this man isn't changed.
Tracy.
That's her name? Tracy, yes. And then Trig, who goes by Victor now. This season has been really good. Tiff, get yourself together.
Tiff is going through some things. I think she has some stuff to process and really sit with versus like, just kind of operating for like the immediate reaction type situation or like to get somebody else to feel something. I think it's now time for Tiff to like really bring all of that together and be like, okay, do a real assessment. Where am I at right now? Because I have the things that I say I want, but I'm having a hard time enjoying them or experiencing them fully or being with them. So like that's some self-work Tiff needs to do, but I think she'll be straight.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's all we have for ourselves and what we sipping on as of now. In the comments, let us know what y'all been sipping on.
Yes, I'm excited to see, y'all recommendations, shows, books, the music, whatever, I'm open. And also, as we approach a new season, environmentally, there's going to be some new shows and movies and stuff dropping that I'm excited to see. So we're going to have some more stuff to talk about.
Yes, because Handmaid's Tale come back next month.
I don't know. By the time we get to that, I'll probably have more to say, but let's move on.
Our topic for today is individuality in a relationship. What does that sound like to you?
It sounds like necessity.
That is true.
No, I think it's interesting because I think when a lot of people think about relationships or like envision relationships, they immediately devote all of the energy or all of the thought to the things that the two individuals in the relationship do together. And I feel like in any relationship is really at least three things happening. We are in a relationship with each other. You are in a relationship with yourself. And I'm in a relationship with myself too. So in order for our relationship to thrive, my relationship with myself has to thrive first. And same for you.
I agree.
So that's why I say it's a necessity.
I agree 100%. Okay, so we are going to read the definition of individuality. And the source is dictionary.com. I got it on there, babe. Okay, so the definition for individuality reads: the quality or character of a particular person or thing that distinguishes them from others of the same kind. Which, it makes perfect sense. Because clearly we are two human beings. We are two women. But there are obviously things about us that are very different. Like, she's tall and slim. I am short and thick.
Be fine.
Ass getting bigger. I'm just playing. Beyonce and everything. Stop it. So yes, so clearly there are differences between us. She has purple hair, which donates her individuality. I'm now a redhead, so that's my individuality. She has her own style. I have my own style. So clearly there are actual physical things that make us individuals, right? But then when you start to get down into the core of who we are and like our traits and our interests and stuff like that, those are the other things that add to our individuality as well. Like, we both are artists, so, but we are a different type of artists. I am a hairstylist and I am a dancer. Baby is...
Girl, your girl is a writer, an actor, aspiring musician. Like, when I learn how to play this piano and these drums and this bass guitar, over with.
Over, y'all.
But I'm open to my art expanding as well. Because, like, sometimes I draw, I like to paint. Like, I am open to trying different ways to express that creativity.
Yeah, so see how we are both artists, but within that, under the umbrella of our artistry, we are individuals because I express my art through canvases of hair and forms like that, and then I use my body as another way to express art, and then Bae, she expresses her art through music, writing. I mean, I am a writer, but I ain't a writer like her. I probably could be if I really put my mind to it. Music, art, theater, so that's what makes us still the individuals. And when we move into the aspects of relationships with how we bring that together, that's where I think things kind of get murky for people. And so we are going to kind of talk about what it has looked like for us being individuals inside of this relationship. So do you want to start?
Yes, let's start. So ask me a question to make sure I'm really answering it.
So we can go with what has happened within this most recent time. We have spent some time apart this summer.
Yeah, so we definitely did something a little bit different than we've ever done before. Well, we were apart for two and a half weeks. And I was actually thinking about it. That's the longest we've been apart since we've been together. And that's 7 years.
Yep. We've been together for 7 years.
Yes.
7 beautiful years.
Yeah, 7 beautiful years. But so it was very interesting to have, I guess, like a little bit of a reset as far as like operating as an individual. So like, I think we both operate as individuals day to day because clearly we're doing like different things at different points during the day. Like, we do different types of work, like stuff like that. But at the same time, by us like living in the same space, we're still, you know, thinking about each other a lot. Like I'm like, oh, like, okay, what can I prepare for dinner? Like, babe, what you want to watch when you get home? Like, you know, stuff like that. Versus like being in a space where I really only had to think for myself. So that was different. But I think it was very helpful in a lot of ways. Like for me to kind of just, you know, recharge, recenter, like reconnect, recommit to myself. And also just to like, you know, trust and know that if I had something I needed to share with you, I could always call you. Like we were texting and keeping in touch. But it was nice to kind of just do my own thing, like in a different way.
Yeah. So yeah, we were apart for 2 weeks, and that is the longest we've ever been apart, you know, from each other. And then also our kiddo was gone too, so all of us had like a little mini vacation away from each other. And you know, within that, what I recognize is I've never actually been by myself before. And that kind of shook your girl. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I only have to think about myself, and I only need to think about like what Nikka needs and what Nikka wants and what I don't want and what matters to me. Like I don't have to include a group or another person. And that kind of shook me up for a little bit for like the first couple of days because, again, I've never been by myself ever. I am from a very large family. I have a big family, as Bay knows. So I've always had siblings. Our house was like the house. So somebody came to our house literally every day. I've always just been around a lot of people. After high school, I had Shantaé. You know, so somebody has always been a part of my world, and something has always been a part of my world. So for us to send Shantaé off for the summer, and then when we came back from our wedding anniversary, we just celebrated 2 years of our wedding anniversary. Matter of fact, we decided that we was gonna like spend some time apart too, and like we've always wanted to do that and always felt excited and felt like, you know, that would be something that would be beneficial. But once I myself got into it, I was like, wait a minute. You know, this is what does it really feel like? So I was excited for us to do it because it's something we always wanted to do, and the opportunity finally presented itself for us to do it. But once we actually executed on it and I was actually by myself, like I was kind of shook because I was like, well, what do I want to do? So for the first like 2 days, like I didn't do nothing because I was just like, I don't even know what I want to do. I don't even know what I like to do, because I'm always so used to sharing my ideas and sharing my space and sharing my energy and I'm just so used to sharing all of that with people that I didn't think about what I myself would be interested in. I've always kind of viewed myself in more group settings because I've always had to share. So to be literally put in a position to be an individual and only have to focus on my individual self, it was good, it was enlightening, but it shook me for a second.
Yeah. Actually, like, I think I was maybe more excited for you. And because I knew that about you, like I knew that you never really had time by yourself or with yourself. But especially like in our new home that we've only been living in for like just a year.
Because that's another accolade of ours.
Yeah.
We just celebrated 1 year being homeowners.
Right. And like the whole time, you know, obviously you live here, so you spend time here. But, you know, the time that you spend here with all of us being here, I knew it would be different from the time you would spend here by yourself, only having to think about you. So I was excited that you had that experience to, you know, kind of like acclimate to our home and just ground yourself deeper in this space, like into the safety of this space, like, you know, set your mark on this space, like, you know, have the opportunity to really just move and flow and do things that make sense to you.
Yeah, that was good.
And I think the difference too is, like, I was away, I went home to visit my family. So I was, you know, in a space of thinking about myself, but I was still around other people for the most part. You know, you actually had some solitude, which I think is another, well, for me, that's a very helpful thing. Like, you know, I'm the quiet Capricorn. Like, I could do with y'all and I could do without y'all. Like, I love spending time with me. But for you, I know you don't really do that often.
Yeah, and I don't, and I haven't had the opportunity, you know, until now, and I can see where, you know, where I got work to do around that, and just kind of thinking about like how we can implement that more, and also like how other couples can implement that more into their relationships to make sure that their personal reservoirs are always full and they always have a good strong sense of self, even though they share a good portion of themselves with their partner and children and business and, you know, the outside world, like making sure they have a nice sturdy foundation within themselves, which I realized for me during that time when we were apart in the beginning, it was a little shaky, but I realized like after about day 3 or 4 that what I actually do in my home with my family are actually all of the things that I like to do as an individual. So for me, like, me and my wife, we love going to concerts. I went to a concert by myself and had a ball as if me and her went to it together. Like, that was fun. I've always desired seeking out other forms of art that can allow me, you know, to cultivate my healing at the next level. So I took pole dancing classes and will continue to because they're going to be really good for me. I made myself a grocery list, which is something we already do. And I went to the store and I bought groceries, which is something we actually do. And I enjoy going to the grocery store. I came home, made myself dinner, played music while I made dinner. We sit down at the table and eat dinner together. I sat at the table and ate dinner. Like, so these things I still did, but I just never did them by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that kind of, because I guess I believed that I thought that I was more of somebody else. But I was like, no, you actually are true to who you are.
Yeah. I think that's really the key, like, just to remain true to yourself. And I think the only way to do that is to check in.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, things change. Some of the habits, some of the thoughts, some of the ideas that we once had may not be that helpful to us right now, or it may not be true for who we are right now. So I think that's, you know, an important reason why as couples it's important for the individuals to kind of recharge on an individual level.
Mm-hmm.
Because it means that within the relationship you can get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
So like you spending that time by yourself, you realizing that you actually do like and enjoy the things that we do together. Like, that's helpful to me because like I know that, okay, like what we're doing is good, like your needs are being met. Versus like, you know, you realizing a change in yourself, but maybe being afraid of like bringing that to my attention because you don't know like how I'm going to take it, or just whatever fear or uncertainty, like that'll cause one, you to not get your needs met, but then two, me to continue doing something that you don't really like or don't really need. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm not using my energy in the way that I want to because I want to be supportive. Like, I want to be complimentary. I want to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't know something, then it's like I can't really do those things.
Right. Yeah. And I think one of the other beautiful things that I learned within that time apart is that I could see in like other relationships that I see around me just how we really do lose our individuality. Like, some people really do become their partner, and they believe that they have to do every single thing and be interested in every single thing, that their partner is or does or is interested in or wants to do. And then, for whatever reason, if this may come, I don't want to wish this on anybody, but to say you guys were to separate for whatever reason, a lot of people end up being lost and they don't know who they are because their identity was so immersed in the other person that they don't have a grasp on who they actually are. So they get stuck in this, dark place for a while until, they can recalibrate and be able to offer themselves something new. So I was proud that while we were apart, that did not happen to me in the way that I thought it was. Because,
I don't know, you can be a bit extreme at times. So I think, though some of your thoughts and stuff are valid, like I said before, I was excited. I knew this would be a good time for you, for me, for us, because I needed to recharge my individuality in a different way by actually being in my place of origin, being with my people of origin. Like, that did something special for my individuality, because it showed me like how connected I was, but it also showed me how individual I was as well, and like how all of that was okay. Like, these traits, these similarities, like these things, they're there. Like, to be in a room and look around and see my face
literally
20 different times, down from, the babies all the way up to the elders. That was beautiful. And like, it helped. I'm still processing that experience, but it did help me in a very special way to like really better understand who I am. And then also to be able to see the differences, like to see the ways that I have grown, to see the work that I have done mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It definitely was helpful for my sense of self and like, helping me maintain a healthy sense of self.
Yeah, and you also got to feed yourself some of your favorite things, whether that was actually eating something or going to a place, that reminded you of who you were at your core. I was so excited for you. I was so happy for you. Yeah. Eating the food that you love, your snowball.
Bro, when I tell you I got a snowball like damn near every day, and like when I came back home was craving, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you can't ship no snowball, but I don't want no snowball from nowhere else, like, cause I don't know what they got up here, like snow cones, and the ice be all hard and they be dry, and I don't want that. Hanson to me.
I have yet to get me a snowball, but when we take our next trip to, would that be a family trip or our child won't have a fit? When we take our next family trip to the NOLA, I cannot wait to be introduced to something that is so precious and so prideful for her.
But it's a season, and it seems like when we go, it's like not the season, so we're gonna have to plan specifically.
We go during the summertime.
Yeah.
That was exciting for me, for you to go back to your place of origin and reconnect with the Shantaé and connect with like your roots, for you to recognize that you've always been true to who you are, and you know who you are, and the ways in which you show up have always been authentic to who you are, and that people do love you and people do see you and people do accept you, and you good as you is. Like,
exactly as I am. Especially because I have a mindset of like growth and I'm open to it. That's how I know I'm good as I am.
yeah.
And when I need to change, I'm open to that change. And when I need to learn something, when I need to lay something to rest, peace out, my dude. Like, you know, I feel good about where I am. I really do. My little individual is over here like
yeah. I just feel like that's so important, and that's like actually individuality actually is one of our core values, individually and collectively. And so I think finally we've been able to put that core value into practice to see, you know, if it really is something that is true to us. And I was able to see that, you know, with myself and just some of the things that I did during that time that baby was away. And did you see that with me?
Yeah, actually, one of the things that I've really enjoyed since we've reunited is, you know, like it seems like our love is that much sweeter. Like sometimes I could feel you looking at me, or I just look at you, or we just smile, or our kisses are like really sweet. Like, hey, like, I don't know. It was a recharge for that too, because it's like, you know, I'm happy to be in your presence. Like, yeah, like I'm happy you're around. Like,
yeah, and I do agree that it made our love sweeter, and I really do feel like it made us also have like a different kind of respect for each other. Not because we've never not respected each other, but like it made, for me particularly, it made me be like, damn, like I really enjoy this person being a part of my world. And as long as I am showing up as my full authentic self and I'm telling the truth and I'm being honest and I'm not hiding things from myself and I'm bringing my partner in on the things that I am discovering within me, like this ride can go a little longer.
Oh yeah. I feel recharged as an individual, but I do feel like our coupleship has been recharged too.
Yeah.
So that's a good feeling. That's a good thing to experience.
Yeah. So y'all, we basically are saying all of this to say that remember, you know, that along your journey of partnership, you both are individuals, and it is imperative that you both pour into yourselves just as much as you pour into your relationship with each other, your businesses, your children, you know, because when it's all said and done and you at the end of your life, you literally are going to be standing there with yourself. And what were you able to give yourself outside of the things you gave out to others? Not because it's not important to pour into others and be gracious and thoughtful and mindful and share, because all of those things are important too. But what were you able to give yourself in your lifetime as well?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that is so vital, so important. Because I always say this, like, you are the only person with your exact combination of thoughts, interests, history, geographic location, where you grew up, all of that stuff. Like, your siblings, your cousins, the people that you grew up with might have similar situations, but still something about it is unique and something about it is different. And I feel like, you know, the thoughts and interests that we have day to day really are our roadmaps. You know, they really are the compass. And, you know, sometimes we'd be looking over at other people's compass like, oh, you going over there, I'm gonna go too, without ever once checking in with self to be like, do we actually want to go that way, or are we going that way just because they going that way? That's where, you know, a lot of deep resentment comes from, a lot of frustration, a lot of
jealousy,
feeling unfulfilled, like a lot of burnout, because it's like we have a limited amount of energy and it's up to us to be good stewards of that energy. And if we give our energy to things and people and situations to try to please other people, they'll be happy and we'll be drained.
Ooh, speaking of pleasing other people, I am so glad I am overcoming that demon. Ooh, that one had a strong hold on me. But I am free from that.
Amen. Thank you. Yes, I agree. That's really what this little wave of my life is all about. That actually, I'll frame it this way, just diving deeper into my individuality, because there was a lot of people pleasing, a lot of projection, and it's like, no, I gotta take care of myself.
And I love to see it. Honestly, I love to see how you take care of yourself. I definitely do not feel excluded when I watch you care for yourself. I be like, ooh, wow.